It just kept going. Especially young, and it's a young season. We're early in the process of our football team finding out about each other each and every day. So this is a big chunk of confidence that we'll carry forward. So very proud of the team, very proud of everybody. I can't just say enough about the way our players just kept fighting.
So, Acho, does the Cowboys job look too big for big Mike McCarthy?
It looks way too big, man. It looks, let's be honest again, you cannot let this win mask the deficiencies that occurred yesterday. The only way the Cowboys will get better and achieve their goals that they really want to attain, which is Super Bowl or at least an NFC Championship game, is if they're their own biggest critic. Marcellus, you know this better than I do. Every Monday after your NFL Sunday games, you go back and you watch the tape. And you self-scout. And it's time for the Cowboys to self-scout and be very introspective. Mike McCarthy, you said we battled back after we put ourselves in a hole. You put the Cowboys in a hole more than anybody. I understand the Cowboys fumbled. I understand interceptions. I understand all that. Mike McCarthy, it's 14-0. It's 6 minutes left in the first quarter, and you run a fake punt at your own 29-yard line. Now, Marcellus, here's what fans will say. Well, Acho, it was user error. The play was open. The players didn't complete it. It was a punter throwing the football. Duh, that happens. I don't care if he can throw. He's in the league for kicking. He's in the league for his legs, and you're asking him to throw the ball. Mike McCarthy, you have to factor that into the equation. You run a fake punt on 4th and 5 when it is a 12-point game, and y'all, to a degree, have a lot of the momentum, and you run a fake punt at your own 40. You were asking to lose. Mike McCarthy, this is not Madden, sir. I'm sorry, because although Cowboys fans think I don't like them, I grew up on Cowboys fans. So, like, nothing will bring me more pleasure outside of the Eagles going to the Super Bowl than the Cowboys going to the Super Bowl. I'll be real. Plus, it makes for great television. So I want the Cowboys to succeed. But I'm watching this game, and I'm like, Mike McCarthy, the Cowboys are having to win in spite of your nonsensical decision-making. But here's why I'm so passionate about this. If Dak Prescott throws no touchdowns and 5 picks yesterday, but the Cowboys defense has 3 pick sixes, and somehow the Cowboys still win 21-19, we would be crushing Dak. Mike McCarthy would also be crushing Dak. So don't sit here now, Mike McCarthy, and try to bob and weave in the presser and try to explain yourself out of ludicrous and ridiculous decisions that should never be made. If the Cowboys had lost that game yesterday, Mike McCarthy deserves more to blame than any player on that team.
Oh, my goodness. This is not too big for Mike McCarthy.
Absolutely.
Obviously, you've never met Mike McCarthy. Or you haven't even become familiar with who he is in terms of his coaching resume. Don't forget who Mike McCarthy is. Let's go back. Mike McCarthy. Oh, here it is. Took over a 4-12 team. How did that turn out the next year? Won 4 more games, 8-8. How did that turn out after that? NFC Championship game in his 2nd season with Favre at his quarterback. Oh, he had to take over another team where he had a young star in the making in Aaron Rodgers. Oh, how did that team finish? 6-10. How did they go the next year? 11-5. Oh, my God, what happened? Then after that, they win the Super Bowl. Oh, Mike McCarthy knows how to respond. But that's just Mike McCarthy in terms of mental makeup and his resume. But let's apply that to this situation right here. Because I give you that. Mike McCarthy may not be good at math and talking about, hey, we got to go for it. We ain't going to kick an extra point when we're down 9. We're going to go out there and try and go for 2. Maybe not the best mathematician. But, boy, to now look at him and undermine his resume, undermine his mentality, and undermine what he can do for an organization, I think you've been a little too harsh. Here's the thing. If you've ever been around horse racing, have you ever been around horse racing, Emmanuel Acho?
I have not, sir.
You have not? Okay. Well, you've heard this sports cliche that you got to have the horses. And last time I checked, I know horses can't speak for themselves, but horses don't blame jockeys. You know why? Because it doesn't matter what you call in there. It's about the execution. Players play. Players execute.
Come on now.
Mike McCarthy didn't fumble a damn ball yesterday.
You don't mean this, Marcellus.
Mike McCarthy didn't go out there and miss a damn block yesterday.
You don't mean this.
I do mean this, that Mike McCarthy took a team that was down 39 points, that forced no turnovers. You know what the record...
Mike McCarthy did that?
No. He took this team and kept them steady and led them to this win.
By running a fake field goal on 4th and 5 at 40.
Oh, you want to go there?
I'm there. I was already there.
Okay.
I'm there. I was born there.
But at the execution of the team, when they do good things, you got to give them credit, just like you're trying to take credit away when they don't succeed in those moments. What is the record of teams that has been down 39 points a team that scored 39 points and forced no turnovers. What's that record say? 0-440. 0 wins and 440. But now the guy who gets the first win in NFL, AFL, and in football history is now the guy that Emmanuel Acho wants to say is not ready for this moment. Please let me hear you say
Marcellus,
something that makes sense.
you know you're smarter than this. Marcellus, the Falcons lost that football game. There is a difference. The Cowboys get the W, the Falcons get the L. But just like there's a difference between a turnover and a takeaway, you took the ball. A turnover, they gave it to you.
That's your story.
No, that is a fact.
But that is your story. The ball's just gone either way you want to give it a story.
The Falcons lost that game more than the Cowboys won it. I'm not going to accredit Mike McCarthy for that Cowboys win yesterday. That would be a ludicrous thing to do, to sit here and say, the man who, Marcellus, it would have been a one-possession game after the Cowboys scored.
Did you use an if?
Point.
You told me not to use ifs.
It would have. I didn't say if. I said it would have. It would have been a one-possession game, 39-31. This man decides to go for two.
He ain't good at math.
This man said, you know what, Cowboys? I don't even want to win. That's what he said. He said, I don't even want to win. I'm going to go for two to keep it at 39-30. So even if we score, we have to pray to the gods, the football gods, that some onside kick will go in our favor, and the Falcons would be too scared to recover it. Come on, Marcellus. You're smarter than that.
No, I am smart. I'm not smarter than that. I didn't go to Harvard. Went to Columbia. It's a difference. I always tell people that. He took Goliath's best punch. And I'm not talking about the team. I'm talking about the moment. You got to understand that when you're building a team, you have to build off of moments. Oh, I'm getting deep on you. So here, Goliath hit him with a 0-440 moment. No coach, no team has ever come back in that situation. And he looked at Goliath and ate that punch and said, what else do you have, brother? That's who he is. Now, let's talk about Dallas, because I think a lot of this is the hypercriticism that comes from Dallas. It's too big for him. Let me tell you what Dallas is, and it's interesting playing for the Cowboys, not the JV team, you know, the college team you're on. When you're actually in the building, not as an employee like you, but you actually got the start of it, you know what I'm talking about? It is a different environment in terms of criticism.
Correct.
And that criticism makes you self-correct pretty fast.
Absolutely.
It doesn't boil you. It doesn't take you to a place you've never been. It just makes you cognizant of everything around you, to the point when you're in the NFL, any other place I play, Buffalo, Jacksonville, San Diego, they hang on to every word because it's the NFL. In Dallas, they hang on to every syllable. But that doesn't take you out of your mind. It doesn't take you out of who you are. Because who Mike McCarthy is?
Who is he?
He is a guy who corrects the course. He had a 4-12 team. He had a 6-10 team. He took those teams to Super Bowls or NFC Championship games. And now he's in that same position, starting that slow grind and climb. You probably don't want to give him his respect and credit.
No, I don't know.
But the end product, you will have to respect.
Here's what I respect. I respect that Mike McCarthy is 7-12-1 without Brett Favre and Aaron Rodgers. That is what I respect. Did Mike McCarthy take all these Packers there? All these Packers teams there? Or did two Hall of Fame quarterbacks take the Packers there? Mike McCarthy's not a Hall of Famer, Marcellus. His quarterbacks are. Let's make no mistake about it. If you want to give credit where it's due. Don't sit here and let Mike McCarthy take ownership for things that Hall of Famer Brett Favre did and one of the best quarterbacks we've ever seen in the game of football, Aaron Rodgers, did. Because Mike McCarthy was also, what, 4-12 when he got fired, if I'm not mistaken? I'm off the top of the head, so I could be incorrect. But then Matt LaFleur comes in, and the Packers instantly go to another NFC championship. So, Marcellus, was it really Mike McCarthy that made the Packers, or was it Aaron Rodgers? Because Aaron Rodgers is a constant. Mike McCarthy is a variable. And you know something, there's fixed factors and there's variable factors. Mike McCarthy came and left. Aaron Rodgers still there. Packers are still good with or without Mike McCarthy. Mike McCarthy showed the pressure made him crack. Pressure makes diamonds, pressure bursts pipes. Mike McCarthy's pipe burst in the first quarter when he ran a fake down by 14 in the first